Hello.
Hi.
You have to clap before I can go. Thank you. No, you shouldn't. If you guys don't know me, my name is Austin Seston. To the classmates sitting before me, I extend to you a heartfelt congratulations. Earning a high school diploma is a major milestone in all of our lives. A key that will unlock countless doors and provide opportunities for future learning, growth, and achievement. But make no mistake, today, our graduation day is just that, a milestone. Closing one chapter in our lives while marking the beginning of a new journey. Whether your plan is to pursue higher education, join the workforce, or enter the military, this is just the beginning. And it hasn't been an easy journey. Throughout our education, we've been challenged by countless questions, beginning with, what is your name? To more recent ones, like, do you understand your rights? Today, I challenge you to answer one more. How will you be remembered? In my 4 years at MRHS, I've had the honor and the pleasure to participate in many clubs, different activities, and teams. Through this, I've made countless memories. I'll remember the teammates who always had my back, the teachers and coaches who have made me who I am, and the classmates who struggled alongside me. Most prominently, I will remember the positive impacts others have had on me. It is my sincere hope that this is how I will be remembered as well. I hope I'll be remembered for my spirit, good nature, and how I improved others' lives. Everybody here today possesses unique strengths, talents, and interests. And it is these unique traits that have the power to enhance the lives of others. This is the most important thing you can offer. Think of those people who you hold dearly, those who are most special to you in your lives. Do you admire and cherish these people for how much money they've made, what impressive job title they hold, or what fancy college they attended? Or is your connection to them because they made you feel valued or respected or important? How you use your individuality to the betterment of others is for each and every one of you to decide for yourselves. While this day is an overwhelming combination of excitement, emotion, and joy, I hope you will think about the impact you have on others in your future endeavors. How would you like to be remembered? Class of 2019, you guys are the best class that I've ever been a part of. And I know you will all continue to lead amazing, memorable lives. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Shivashri Margam, and I'm honored to introduce MRHS High School's Teacher of the Year. The class of 2019 Teacher of the Year is someone who's provided direction to our knowledge and shape to our future. He's someone who I've never had as a teacher, yet I've come to admire him for his loving and helping nature. Mr. Dove is an exceptional educator who's been teaching for 30 years, the last 14 of them here at Marriott's Ridge. In addition to teaching, he coaches golf and track and serves as its academic advisor. Over the years, he's impacted countless students. When nominating him, some of his students said he spends an incredible amount of time helping them overcome their problems. He's taught them to learn from their mistakes, to strive harder in life, to stay in the game, and to be brave enough to cross any hurdles that come their way. Most importantly, to top their own Mount Everest. I don't know what the world outside holds for all of us, but I can proudly say we step into it with courage and more than anything, with the optimism that Mr. Dubs has filled us with. Thank you, Mr. Dubs, for being the wind beneath your wings as we look toward our bright futures. Now, please help me welcome Mr. Dubs, MRHS Ridge High School, Class of 2019, Teacher of the Year.
Wow. Thank you, Shivashri. It is truly an honor to have the opportunity to speak to the class of 2019 at this school's commencement. Given the quality of instructors at MRHS Ridge and the respect I have for past recipients of this award, I can say that it is indeed an honor that I cherish. Thank you very much. Let me begin by congratulating you on your accomplishment, for tonight is the symbolic ending of a very special part of your life. And tomorrow you will awaken to a new challenge that allows you to be the pilot of your plane and not just a passenger any longer. From now on, you can make the choices that will help to define who you are. Whether it be to take a job, enlist in the military, or continue your education, you choose the path. Today I'd like to take a few minutes to share with you a few words of advice that my students know as Mr. Dubs's Pearls of Wisdom. These pearls of wisdom are general observations, words of advice, and suggestions that I share with my classes. Tonight I would like to share 3 final pearls with you. The first is to come up with a plan, and that involves finding your passion. When I think back to my high school graduation from Howard High School 39 years ago, I sat there knowing that I had a very basic plan for success, and that was to go to college and major in something from which I could make a lot of money. The plan was based on advice given to me by the people that I admired most in the world, and that would be my parents. You see, my mother and father worked extremely hard to raise 6 children on a single income teacher's salary. My parents decided for my mother to stay home with the children while my father would be the traditional breadwinner. I can remember times when my dad held as many as 4 jobs at a time in order to provide for the quality of life that they desired. As a result of his tireless work, his advice to me was twofold. Number 1, know the difference between a hobby and a career. And number 2, find a job where you would make plenty of money so that you could live a comfortable life. My parents were very supportive of the options that I was considering. In fact, the only thing that they recommended that I not do is become a teacher. So with this advice, I went off to UMBC to get a degree in economics. 5 years later, I found myself working as a corporate banker at one of the largest banks in Baltimore. I thought I had made it. I was married, had bought a house, and was making a nice income. The problem was something was missing. I wasn't happy. You see, I had all the tools necessary to be successful, but I knew that I needed to make some changes. I had a large void in my life and knew that the one way to feel better was to do something to help others. So my wife and I began volunteering as counselors with a group of teenagers. While the job paid nothing, the intrinsic rewards were overwhelming. One night on a camping trip with a group of kids, we sat around a campfire and discussed all sorts of issues. These young people were searching for answers. It wasn't that I had the answers, but that I was willing to listen. I genuinely cared for kids and knew that my true calling was to be there for them. After that night, I realized I wanted to make a difference by giving back to teenagers. So with the support of my loving wife, I went back to college to complete my certification to become a social studies teacher. This was, without a doubt, the best decision of my life. I was scared to take the risk of giving up a successful career, but I knew that it was the right decision, and I soon realized why my dad was so happy and so successful as a teacher. This was the time I went from saying that I could do this to I want to do this. As a result, I found a major ingredient in being truly happy, and that is passion. Passion is defined as boundless enthusiasm. You're very fortunate if passion also leads to a comfortable lifestyle, but regardless, passion is a necessary component in leading a life where your job makes you happy. Teaching is one of the things that I'm passionate about. I have found that passion is radiant. People realize when you have it and when you don't. I teach some of the best courses in the greatest school in the state of Maryland. And as a result, I rarely look at the clock. It really seems that time flies when I'm standing in front of a classroom. I feel this way because I have passion for the courses that I teach, and more importantly, the feelings that I have for you, the graduates at Marriott's Ridge. My second pearl of wisdom is to have the courage to take chances. Every one of you has a dream, and in order to achieve that dream, you will have to be willing to take chances. Parents and friends, I have to share with you a lesson that I teach my sociology class. I ask students to write about their greatest fear, and some write about snakes, many write about having to speak in public,